Hi guys, me Misha. Everything I say is not financial advice, my personal opinion. I have a new development. I found out that I can short crypto. Some of them. Coinbase has developed a sufficient liquidity on perpetual futures. Last time I checked, it was a joke. Now they're sufficient on some of the crypto to go long and short on them. I mean perpetual futures, which means that which means that I can enjoy the luxury of 24/7 markets from United States of America. And I think it's great. That just works for me. Yeah, still in the middle of nothing on Solana. So I wouldn't even put 0.5. There is 0.5 here, I can see it. But maybe I could market an exhaustion volume and then move, and still it would be in a balance. Let me see what my trading coach. Oh, damn. My freaking Telegram glitches. Telegram is in Solana. Let's try. They block. Government blocks Telegram now in Russia. Even though it's Russian messenger created by Russian Pavel Durov. Just a crackdown on the freedom of speech. It's obvious. Yeah, yeah. So thinks my trading coach, there is no levels here. So there is 0.5, but it's 0.5 of what? Of nothing on some. It changed the direction here. I'll keep it. It doesn't hurt. But yeah. Ooh. Hold on. Something is wrong here. Not all the cryptos are liquid enough. Don't have enough volume for me to trade them. And I'm not being mean, like, to crypto. It's just the reality of it. But some are pretty good. Litecoin is like, I don't know, maybe like something. So Bitcoin definitely. And I'm seeing the mean. So say it's 16K on mean, but perpetual futures is gonna be better. I just want to keep the perpetual future. Huh. And it doesn't even show the Coinbase's derivative. I don't know why. Huh. Oh, because it's USDT. Oh, it's not even okay. Oh, USDT is way worse. But perpetual future should be. And again, it doesn't show the Coinbase's perpetual future. Maybe it has a different marker. Um, Let me see real quick. Uh, Hold on, what we're looking at. Oh, I'm looking in the day. Okay, so it's like 700 contracts now. Yeah, and it's like 50,000 contracts now on BTC Perp. Okay, because the marker is BTC Perp. BTC Perp. No, that doesn't. BTC Perp. It's title. Okay. It's BIP20. Gosh, it's a massacre. BIP20 DEC. BIP. Yes, that's the guy. And it's 50,000 contracts, but also the thing I didn't reason in, it's 50,000 of 50,000 of 1.01. So it's not 50,000 by, it's not 50,000 by 75,000. It's 50,000. So remove two zeros. So it's actually 500 contracts, which is still all right. 100 contracts is 7.5 million by 5. It's enough for me. So yeah, long story short, I can trade crypto. Well, it's at the level right now, but I don't think this level makes any sense. However, that marks the beginning of uh, New York. Why did I put everything to New York? Well, London is not UTC. Wow, UTC is Reykjavik. Damn, that's sick. London is +1. All right. Where's my New York? So yeah, that's an opening in New York. Funny, isn't it? Good volume. Boom, 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 boom. I mean, it's independent approach. I think Solana should go first because it's like, oh yeah, Solana should definitely go first. Um, Crypto means I can trade with stop market orders, which means no more getting stuck in a losing position, which means I can risk more, which means I can sleep better. Like, are you following? A lot Litecoin is pretty much the same. Indecisive. Your ability to wait without accommodating the stress and just observe markets is crucial. Promise you that. In my type of trading, in Roman strategy. Damn, I love how it sounds. I invented the name. It has nothing to do with Romans. It's just the my trading coach. This name as you see, this upthrust was like too big of a volume. So bound goes to 0.5. It's just yeah, his name is Roman, and I kind of honor the fact that he introduced me. That's a brainchild, you can say, of the Wyckoff's trading system. It's like 100 years old, so it's been modified. And you see, this 0.5 even worked once. Did not we dance in Brabant once? Yeah, I was looking at it here. Didn't give us an upthrust. And then boom, didn't give us a went up and then down. Um, Now this 0.5 is done and gone. So this was the 0.5. And it's gonna begin. Oh, this wasn't the 0.5 at the moment. That was the problem. Yeah. So that's XRP. Then next, I have my futures. So I rearranged my entire list. Remember, I was struggling recently and just like, yeah, I need to rearrange my entire list. There's nothing I can do. I need like daily levels. It's that time of the year. Uh, we are way too far from 0.5 on daily. So nothing for swing. That's a good volume. Closing the gap. It's a little too far from 0 0.5, 0.5, even from 5 minutes, and that's a little too much volume in the opposite direction. Let's markets open. Market opens here, down and goes down. Yeah. Again, maybe too much volume on correction, but also it's like the opening of the market, so shouldn't be like bogged with it too much, I think. So I think my main focus now is crypto and futures. Crypto is 24/7. Futures are 22/6. 6 days a week, 22 hours. They still have 2 hour break. So I think I'll be keeping them open. So I'll be watching them continuously for day swing and for everything. For day swing and for zero point 0.5 here doesn't matter because we already reached 0.5 on daily. Um, oops. This is not a balance, but it's not bad area because it's still technically, it's like, it's not a transition extreme anymore, but I didn't break it. You know what I mean? It just hangs there. It just hangs there. This is not bad. Still want to go on exchange. That was, yeah, exchange. And it broke. And volume distribution is not. Uh, Boom, up thrust. Needed a test anyway. We broke the old T2, which is enough for us to have a sign of weakness and register a change of direction. That leads me to a lot of tabs for now, but I think we'll figure this out. It reached 0.5 of the correction. However, again, I don't think this 0.5 matters because it's, yeah, it already reached 0.5 here, give us an exhaustion in 0.5. Too much volume for the upthrust. Point 0.5 exhaustion and then upthrust with too much level, and then it just doesn't go. It's still a balance, a trend balance. Well, again, like I think 0.5 nullifies the trendiness of this balance. The past transition extremum. Oops. That's part of this extremum. Then that's a break technically. Yeah, it's a break. Last approach is here. Oops. Anyways, I think it's a break. Hmm. I just know where cues. Yeah, we're at this point where we just can't. What's going on? Everything is at the levels. I think it will go down. It should. Yeah, I think it's an exhaustion. We need the levels. It looks like it will just crash from here. It does. Yeah, everything looks the same. Looks like an exhaustion. Maybe I'm continuous. Yes, I'm so happy with my crypto. I don't even want to watch, to be honest with you. I was like, lame. It's not good for investment trade. Netflix is there, but it's far from point 0.5. Netflix is there, but there it doesn't look promising. You know what I mean? And after this fall, you see once again, just like buy the dip, buy the salsa, just boom, put your stop loss here and boom, you stopped out. Because once it formed this range on our, it's 50-50. It can go here or it can go here. Yes, it doesn't even want to stop for now. Great example of why you can just buy the drop. It needs to give you some levels. Levels. Okay, I'll be nice to the stocks, not yeah, it's at the level, but it's not 0.5. I can always say, yeah, okay, this is like too close, doesn't make sense. Let's put it here and have a perfect 0.5, but also it indicates that the wave compressed. That was zero point 0.5. That's zero point 0.5 right here. Too close to. And that was zero point 0.5. With a multiple bar shakeout slash manipulation signal slash upthrust, all the same. You can call it flying over cuckoo nest, doesn't matter. Biggest volume, volume to upthrust, and then yeah, instead of test, it goes higher. And nothing. Too many taps alert. I'm still enjoying my cryptos. And I don't need a bigger list. Comes to think of it, to trade them in continuous meta day trade swing investment Warren Buffett trades, 5 assets is more than enough. I should say that I probably should stop watching stocks at all, you know what I mean? At all. And I mean it. Switch over to crypto and enjoy it. And I gotta remind you guys that Coinbase is the part of FDIC insurance. So your cash, but what's important to understand though, so if a regular American broker has by default 250,000 insurance for like cash in balance and up to $500,000 for assets in trade. So if you afford uh, long or short doesn't matter, which means that your assets are secured up to 50% by the government. Whereas in crypto, it's only cash and balance, which is good enough for me, up to 250,000, which means that you are, when you're in crypto, if you bought a Bitcoin and you're in position and then something happens to your broker or to some intermediary, freaking whoever does the trade, and then your money vanishes, it's gone. Um, that's the downside of crypto, but still good enough. It's way better than like keep money at say Binance, which can. I don't understand people honestly. Like, so you wake up in the morning and there is no more Binance. It's gone, vanished, like FTX. The whole thing turned out to be a sex positive commune of youngsters who blew the money. So what do you do then? Nothing. Who do you even go after? Nothing. Nobody. So like out there in the air. Whereas Coinbase is like a real American company that complies with all the regulations of SEC, whoever else regulates the market. It's regulated. And therefore, to me, way more secure. So unless like the whole American economy or American government specifically collapses, I feel like a way better chance of retrieving up to $250,000 from Coinbase balance if it collapses versus retrieving $0 from Binance like I did from FTX if it collapses. So I don't understand people who keep substantial money at Binance. Just don't understand. And I know quite a few people who keep like very impressive balances there. It's just like, okay, that's a volume up thrust, which I couldn't trade from, yeah, investment because volume distribution on months is not good. Well, ah, regardless, yes, so that it can be the last hour. Yeah, remove 150K from here. Yeah, so you know what? And it's unvolumed, right? Doesn't make sense. It's also the last hour. Even if I respect last hour volumes, then it's an unvolumed up thrust. And volume distribution is not good. Mm. That might have been an entry. Too far from 0.5, isn't it? Yes. It's not critical from 5 minutes for 5 minutes. But on volume top thrust, yeah. And now we are somehow in neutral zone. Also, NYSE and NASDAQ, I think both announced extended hours to be implemented in 26. In the bigger market participants complain because the only volume they get is like first hour, last hour for the purpose of their trade. But for me, it's perfect. So for the type of business I do, it's great news. I'm looking forward to it. And thanks to crypto, it's because they feel now they hit. And I think to Coinbase in specifics, because they are a leader in providing American audience, American investors or traders more so, access to or exposure to crypto. Thank you. Thank you, Coinbase. I've heard nasty stuff about Coinbase though. I've heard that up to 80% of the volume when like Bitcoin was around 40 on its way up on its first climb. I've heard the rumor has it that up to 80% of the volume on Coinbase was simulated, which I'm sure is the case for Binance. And of course, FTX was proven that they had the department that would just like, and they kind of blew the money, by the way. This radical, ultra right, or I don't even know like what kind of belief she had. But yeah, I think she's ultra right. This goal that was responsible for all the like liquidity providers, meaning firms like subsidiary firms that would just like trade back and forth to emulate. Well, it's a real liquidity, but it's all like faked and affiliated with the exchange. So that stings. They kind of blew the money. They would just like take customers' money and trade them back and forth, just like for to provide the liquidity. And they were losing to traders apparently. And that's how they blew the money, and that's how they blew the bank. And I'm sure Binance does it. You remember like recent drop on Binance, the huge bar somewhere in November or October. I don't remember. I know how it happens. I know exactly how it happened. Um, their liquidity providers had like different IPs or something, and that just went down for a quick second. So the depths of the market stayed with only like real traders that do real trades, not just fluff it back and forth and with other results. So that's how Binance would have looked without this trading firms affiliated. I mean, every exchange is like that. So, like proprietary trading, the whole idea of proprietary trading is just like giving a little bit of liquidity to retailers and just keep them within the tight regulation so they can't blow up more than 10% of their account. And just with the hope that they're gonna like and put the limitations, strict um, requirements on the frequency of their trades, so they are forced to trade certain amount of times. So they're forced to provide liquidity to the market, um, just for the purpose of fluffing up the liquidity, and it's all legal as long as the firms are not like tightly affiliated with exchange, and people trade at their own risk and all of that. But in FTX case, it was proven they like lived together in one commune. Uh, and they would take even more so they would take like customers money. That was the most fucked up thing. Yeah, that was not bad. Oh, and it's in the wrong. No, what am I not so happy about, Pepsi? Oh, it changed direction. It changed direction. It didn't reach the monthly level yet. If it kissed it here, that would be perfect. But now it's counter trend, so we can only do up to 0.5. It's all right. You see, we have space. 0.5 now. Technically, there is no level here because it was up and this was up. So it just renewed the extremum. It was down, but no, there is something here. And then look at this volume. Comes in, and then beautiful volume up thrust. That was a test. It's another test. But yeah, that will be like too wide anyways. That's it for today. And that makes me happy. I'm happy. Ta-da-da-da. Because I have my cryptos. Bibish. And of course, this is no place for swing. I'm happy. And future is coming. It's coming. How good were the gorillas? Revolutionary. I think now it's this in all the reality. It's a break, ladies and gentlemen. Fighter finally breaks out. Screw the screw the I mean there's multiple, of course. We only evaluate the last approach, and last approach is here. But also this is good, and even more so this, and it's in 0.5. So and it's good in continuation of the trend. You see how fast you should change your perspective of the market. Yeah, this is a sign of strength, but also boom. But also it's not good. Netflix goes down. Dobby. Yeah, what can you do here? If that made it like a cutesy test, that would be tradable maybe. But too close to the main level, that would be dangerous. Went down. And it's too close to anyway, yeah. Just take it from here. And this looks like an exhaustion. Yeah, no. Let it go. Okay, that's it for today. I'll go about, and now, guys, I'm not bound to the New York. I can actually go to Malaysia or wherever the heck I want to go and be free again. As a bird. That's just not operable. Yeah, that's the word, not operable. See, I'm smart. People have such an annoying misconception about intellectual capacity of people of accent. They hear your accent and they like automatically think that your level of intelligence is according to your mm, English second language skill, as if it was your native language. So they think your reduced skill in English is not due to its being foreign language for you. It's due to you being like low intelligence. And then you talk to them and they're like, oh, you're so smart. And you're like, oh, okay. So you thought I'm not because it's because I speak English almost at the proficiency of my own language. No, okay. And that would happen to me a lot. Not lately, but earlier. And it's still the mentality. Okay, so we'll see what Netflix or Pfizer has. I think Pfizer is incorrection. What else can I say? It goes from zero point 0.5, I think. So okay, I'm gonna go. You guys trade responsibly on your own. Never listen to anyone. No one knows anything. Learn and grow in the communities of like-minded people, such as myself.